Namaskaram, Bhagavad Githa, 8th chapter, 4th sloka. So in this sloka, Bhagavan explains the meaning of Adibhuta, Adidevam and Adiyajna. In the previous sloka, Bhagavan explained what is karma, what is Brahman and what is Atyamam. So here he is explaining the rest of the terms. So he starts, O best of embodied souls. He is addressing Arjuna. So every Atma got a body. So he says, so you are the best of embodied souls. And he says, Adibhuta. Adibhuta is perishable existence. Adidaivata is the Purusha. So here he refers individual self. And I am Adiyajna, here in the body. So this is what explained by Bhagavan in this sloka. So he says, Adibhuta. Adibhuta, the first two lines we find Adibhuta and Adidaiva. These two words are explained. This is for Aishwaryarthi, those who aspire for getting wealth. So the previous sloka for Kaivalyarthi. So this is for Aishwaryarthi. So here in the first two lines, he says, Aishwaryarthi should know what is Adibhuta and Adideva. The next two lines of this sloka, he says, Adiyajna. All the three categories of devotees must know about it. Now the first two lines, Adibhuta. Physical manifestation that is constantly changing. So when you say this, he refers the five elements of nature: earth, water, fire, air and space. This is Adibhuta. Keep changing. The ever-changing universe. That is what Bhagavan says. That is why it is referred as Adibhuta. Next he says Adidaiva. So Adidaiva is Lord of celestial gods. The next, he talks about Adiyajna. He says, I dwell in the heart of every living being. So I am there. So he explains. He is Adiyajna. So when he says Adibhuta, he says those Aishwaryarthis, they attain prosperity by getting into by enjoying the five elements. That is, he is connecting the five elements with the five sense organs. The sound, touch, form, taste and smell, which are manifold and rooted in the several bases. So he says, are to be gained by the seekers after prosperity and should be contemplated upon them. So he says all these are all ever changing. So they are Adibhutas. And here the word Purusha is used. So here the Purusha is referred to here Brahma. Here these Kaivalyarthis, those who seek prosperity, those who seek wealth, they like to have the wealth of Brahma. So they want such a huge wealth. So he says, he is the creator of Brahma. So Bhagavan says, even there I am, that is me. It is mine. So it is my creation. So he says, so understand that I am there in that wealth too. So Kaivalyarthi must know all these are all changing. So that is why he used that word Adibhuta. So he talks about the material entities. And this material, so and he says about, he talks about material entities and he says the subtle elements and he is comparing them with the five elements of nature. All these are all ever changing. So they are Adibhuta. And the wealth of Brahma is also not you cannot say that it is there always. That is also created by me only. So it is not, because Brahma is also created by Bhagavan only. He was created by Bhagavan. So he explains what is Adibhuta. Then next he comes to Adidaiva. So Adidaiva, when he says Brahma was created by Bhagavan, Shiva was created by Brahma, so it goes like that. And Indra was created by Bhagavan. So I am there within them as Antaryami. So that is what he explains here. So that comes under Adiyajna. So when you say Adidaiva, Bhagavan is the Lord of celestial gods. The celestial gods accept him as the God. So he is there. Only Bhagavan is there in celestial gods too. And Bhagavan is universal form of God. Then when we say Adiyajna, he is within the Indra and other devas as Antaryami. So he says, Arjuna, you all do puja to devas and you pray to devas and you wish to get something from devas and you thank devas and you conduct yajnas. And I am within them. I am their Antaratma. So whatever puja or whatever yajna you do, that yajna comes. That is, you are doing yajna for me only, because I am dwelling in them. I am there. I am living within them as Atma. So whatever you, so that you do whatever yajna, because we worship devas by doing yajnas. So those yajnas are meant for me, because I am living within them. So that is what meant by Ati Yajna. So you are actually doing all the pujas to me. It is only me living within them. So this should be understood by all the three categories of devotees. So the first one, Adibhuta, the physical manifestation that is constantly changing. And Adidaiva, Bhagavan is the Lord of all celestial gods, because all celestial gods were created by Bhagavan only. So Bhagavan is the universal form of God. So the devotees who aspire for wealth, for devotees who aspire for prosperity should understand this. So when he talks about Adibhuta, he mentions how the elements of nature, the 5 elements of nature keep changing, and how when we get prosperity, or when we get health, we are enjoying the wealth through our sense organs, that enjoying through sense organs. So that is also changing, because the elements of nature are changing. So it is Adibhuta. Then, so it is, if they Kaivalya, Aishwaryatis must know it, because nothing is permanent. And even if you worship the Devas, Indras, and do pujas, you are doing for me, because I am living within them. So whatever yajnas you do to them, you are doing to me. So that is what meant by Adi Yajna. So I am Adi Yajna. And they make my body. They are making the cover of my body, and I am living within them as Atma Antaryami. So these 3 terms are explained by Bhagavan to Arjuna. So Arjuna now got answer for all his 6 questions. So in the previous sloka, he explained what is Brahman, what is Karma, what is Adhyamam, and in this sloka he explained what is Adibhuta, and what is Adidaiva, and what is Adiyajna. And only one more question is left, because he started with 7 questions. That other question is about death. So Bhagavan will be explaining about it in the rest of the slokas in this chapter. So Bhagavan establishes, Bhagavan tells Arjuna that he is a complete cosmic personality who encompasses the entire material creation is Adi Deva. And these two, Adi Deva and Adi Buddha, must be realized, must be understood by Aishwaryarthi. And Adi Yajna should be understood by all the three categories of devotees. So this gives us the value that Bhagavan is everything. Bhagavan is in all things, because everything is created by Bhagavan. Bhagavan, it is his creation, and he is the only owner and he is the only enjoyer of all this. We are here just for time being, temporary. So what the materials we have, that is also for a temporary period of time. So we cannot claim the ownership of it, and let us not accumulate more and more. So when what happens when we claim it as a owner, it is mine, then we start accumulating more and more. So we choose the wrong ways or negative ways to accumulate it. So there ends with jealousy, and there ends with rivalry. So all these things take place. So when we understand this Adibhuta, then we will not wish for anything, any material other than reaching Bhagavan. So that is the most important value or message given by this sloka. So we have come here and taken Bhagavan has given us a human form. Let us understand he is Adi Yajna, and let us do the puja to him. He is the only one protects or creates the entire universe. He is the one who created Brahma. He is the one, Brahma created Shiva. So it goes like that. So all the creations were made by only Bhagavan. So this is what explained by one of the Alvars, Nammalvar. The Pasurams of all the Alvars explain only the supremacy of Bhagavan. As far as Alvars are concerned, Bhagavan is the supreme. Bhagavan is the only one God. And he is the only one who protects us, who gives us that liberation, that freedom from cycle of birth and death. So in this Pasuram too, Nammalvar, he explains the glory of Bhagavan. So the Pasuram is Nalirmadi Chadayanum Nan Mugak Kadavulum Taliroli Imayavar Talevanum Mudala Yavaga Yulagamum Yavarum Agapada Nilam Neer Thee Kal Chudar Irivisumbum Malar Chudar Piravum Siridudan Mayanga Oru Porul Purapadindri Muduvadum Agapada Karandu Or Alile சேர்ந்த எம்பெருமா மாயனை அல்லது உருமா தெய்வம் மற்றுடையமோ யாமே. So it's a beautiful pasuram which tells us the glory of Bhagavan. So here Nammalvar says, Shiva with crescent moon in his matted hair, and Nanmugan, that's Brahma, then Indra. So the gods in the sky, all the creatures of the world worship him. At the end of the eon, that is the pralayam, he swallowed the earth, ocean, wind, sun, fire, moon, sky, and all other flourishing and shining things in the world, and kept them in his stomach as the divine Mayan, and he rested on a banyan leaf. Is there any other God who is more divine for us to worship? So this is the meaning of that Pasuram. So here he says, Brahma, Shiva, Indra, and other gods of celestial gods, everyone and all the creatures created by him in all the worlds, because it is believed that there are 14 worlds. So all the creatures created by him in the world worship him. He is the only one who is the head of all, who is the creator of all. So what does he do? He keeps everything in his stomach, right from the celestial gods and earth, fire, water, and all shining things, all the fire, moon, and all shining materials, shining things, everything in his stomach when there is a yawn, when there is a pralayam, and keep them safe in his stomach, and he sees that nothing is dropped, nothing goes out. He is keeping it so safely as a pack in his stomach, and he is formed is a baby Krishna. We find in the photograph today, it's the birthday of Krishna, Sri Jayanti. So you find baby Krishna lying on the banyan leaf. So he is a Mayan. He keeps everything under Saram in his stomach. All the creatures in the universe and the celestial gods, everything, the 5 elements of nature, everything in his stomach. And he releases them when he makes another prapancha. So he is the one. Is there any other God who is more divine for us to worship? This is what Nammalvar says. So let us understand the greatness of Sanatana Dharma and Bhagavan Krishna, and learn more about Sanatana Dharma and Bhagavan, and follow the path of Sanatana Dharma and lead very peaceful life.